Our Doctor Strange, he wants the portal, so he's trying to get our attention. But I know that there might be some enemies because you could hear them before the spawn, and look at that, they're already throwing stuff. So now I got to make sure that nobody stops him from placing his portal. And I see somebody right now, so I'm trying to ping him. I didn't get the ping off, but there he is. The portal's already up though. But now this guy's gonna go through the portal. So let me delay a little bit. We're gonna lay down some clones. Delay, delay, delay. Hopefully they get off to a good start. And now I'm gonna go join him. So I hop through, he's gonna hop through. And it's funny because I'm gonna ping him again and nobody turns around. Look, I pinged him. Invisible Woman doesn't turn around, nobody does. Penny doesn't. In these lower lobbies, the pings don't do anything. Nobody knows what's happening when you ping. They don't look. But I ping anyway because that's what you're supposed to do. Now, this is a good gameplay because I make a lot of mistakes. And I'm also trying to learn all the different angles on all the maps, taking the high ground. In the last video, I jumped up ahead a little bit because I don't have the Lord Loki here in this one. So this was a little bit early on. Now I see some Lokis going crazy up here. Good thing I came over here. So now we're going to try to take this high ground and let it fly. My team is not even on the point anymore, but I am going to delay and then we'll get ready for this next fight. But what I've learned with Loki is you don't always need to take these crazy angles. Yeah, they're nice and sometimes you want to use them, but really the brute force option works the best. Just lay down your 3 clones, even if you lay them right down on the objective. As long as your teammates are around you, just let it fly. You're at full power. And then if they are countering that, let's say they pull out a Moon Knight, then, okay, now you can start spreading out your clones and then maybe you start taking the angles. But you don't always have to get so technical with Loki. That's what I've learned, especially when you get into the higher lobbies. Just lay it down, get the full amount of strength, the full healing, the full damage, and that's good enough. And then sometimes you can get advanced. It's good to know when you see a Moon Knight or you see a Winter Soldier, then you need to spread them out more. But also, that's why I got that new option, Jeff. Because Jeff, and that was a terrible, oh my goodness, I stole a Venom. That's tough. That was not what I think I was trying to steal the Magneto, but even that wouldn't have worked. Every time I steal a Magneto, it never works out. But look at this. We actually did okay. We actually end up winning this fight here, even though that wasn't the best. Oh, I'm going to lay this down, right? Get some healing. Get that cloak up out of here. Get that Mr. Fantastic up out of here. And he's down for the count, so now we're capturing. And this is why I really like Jeff, because that gives you another option if they're countering Loki hard. And Jeff has really good movement. He's very fast. He can go underwater, under the map. It's hard to kill him. He can throw out the bubbles. He can speed up his teammates. And then he's got crazy range. I thought that Penny was going to be my next Lord because I went Cap, Loki. I thought it was going to be Penny. But it's probably going to be Jeff as the next Lord. That's how tough Jeff has been for me. And it's funny because the people that play Jeff, a lot of them play Jeff because they think he's cute. You'll hear people in the chat, in the voice chat, they're like, he's so cute. And they love his skins because even though he's a shark, they got him out there moving like a dog, the way he walks and then the sounds he makes, he's making like cat sounds and pet sounds. There's a lot of people that use Jeff because of that, not because of what he actually does out there. It's crazy. Like there's so many different types of people that are playing this game and enjoying this game. And the Jeff users, they love some Jeff. But you know what? I'm a Jeff user now too, so I see exactly why. He is a menace. He is going crazy for me, and I'm gonna get there eventually. Very soon, these videos are gonna be in chronological order. I'm gonna show you how high up I can get. I'm gonna show you the journey. The journey is gonna be ridiculous. So see, here's a really good spot on the map. Because before I ever played with Loki, a spot like this, I would never even know that this spot exists because I could never get up here. Captain America can't get up here. There's a lot of characters that can't get up here. So Loki opened up my mind on all of these maps because now I'm thinking about getting the spots that I couldn't get to before. So we're going crazy with all these angles. And some of these are really good. But now whenever I put clones up there, I don't actually stay up there because when you go up against a good team, good players, they're going to have a dive character, a Black Panther, a Magic, a Spider-Man. They're going to have somebody like that go right up there to go get you because that's what dive players love. They love it when you're isolated somewhere by yourself. So now when I play this map, I put the clones up there, but I don't go up there. So if they want to destroy the clone, that's fine by me. And then I'll just put it back up after they leave. Now, I thought I found another spot, but then I'm like, wait, why is this thing here blocking me? Because I remember in some of the games on this map, this wasn't here. So I'm trying to break this, but I don't think it can break. So I made a mistake. I'm wasting time there. That's tough. I'm telling you, a lot of mistakes are being made out here. Now, Jeff, just like Loki, he opens up your mind on all of these maps as well. Because, yeah, there's lots of places that you can fall off the map, but I never really think about those places because it doesn't matter that much. But when you use Jeff and you're ulting, you kind of need that. So you need to know where all of these spots are. So now you have more map knowledge. And every time I learn a character, I learn something new about maps because you're going to play the maps differently with all these different characters. So that's why I love this game. It is so much fun. Just getting more knowledge, learning more. I think that's the fun part. And look at, I can't even see what is going on with this fog out here. That's tough. I'm just guessing right now. But we are going to win this fight. And we are going to get the full 3 points. Let's go. We get an ace at the end. And we've got it. Now, the funny thing about this reticle that I'm using, this is low-key a getaway to improve your aim because you can't really see everything that you're about to hit. Now, obviously, when I'm using Loki, it doesn't matter because it's a projectile. It's not like I can get a headshot with Loki. But when you're using other characters, you need to be as precise as possible. So if you slap this on, this crazy reticle, you play like this for like 2 to 3 weeks straight, when you take this off and go back to the dot and use only a dot, you're going to make some serious gains. You're going to be an aiming menace. This is some ghetto Moses car ritual right here. This works. My aim got a lot better when I took this bad boy off. That is so funny. See, look, I've got some very crazy angles here, but my team is dead. And now we got a Psylocke chasing. So I can't stay here for long, and that was a terrible teleport. So I'm down and out. We got to make another push. We've got a portal. So we're jumping right through, baby. Brute force, look at that. Just put down your 3 clones and let it fly. Well, actually, that was bad because they got deleted with the quickness. Now they got a Psylocke going crazy. I'm trying to keep him alive, but he's about to be dead, and now I'm about to be dead. Penny's about to be dead. I had to reload. That's tough. Bad reload management. So we're down and out. So now they're moving this cart, and we're going to set up some more angles. But really, you're going to see a lot of mistakes up here too, because there's going to be a sequence where somebody comes to get me and I'm wasting so much time fighting them off. And that's why now I just put the clone up here and I fight somewhere else. Because if they come up here, I don't want to actually, I need to focus on my team. I need to keep healing. I need to keep doing damage. I don't want to be fighting a one-on-one with somebody trying to take me out. But I did get, you can see the angle though. You see how these shots are hitting. And that's why it is good to know angles. Now, what's interesting is that in the higher lobbies, their spawn is up there. And in the higher lobbies, they don't even let people come out of that spawn. I don't know how they do it. They press forward, all the way forward, up on that second level, and they never move. I have a gameplay coming up on the journey as I'm leveling up, and it's going to be amazing. This game is a totally different game at the higher ranks. The players are so good. It's crazy. Like, it's just amazing to watch. Like, I would consider pushing too far up into the spawn. That's a bad move, but they do that and then they spawn trap. I don't know how they do it like that. But you see how I'm wasting so much time fighting this Psylocke. This is bad. I'm not healing my team. I'm not doing any damage. That's why now I no longer stay up here. I just put the clones because that's just bad. And that's what you got to learn. You got to do it. You got to try it. And then and look, they keep coming back. See, that's the thing. When you have a clone up here, people keep coming back. So for Loki, that's a good distraction because even if they take it out and you put it back, somebody's going to come back over here to get it up out of there again. So they're going to be wasting their time, their cooldowns. They're not going to be helping their team on the rest of the battlefield. They're going to be so concerned with all of these clones. So I'm using that to my advantage, but I didn't quite learn that until a little bit later, because the more fights that I had up here, the more 1v1s where there's a Black Panther or a Spider-Man chasing me, or maybe it's a flyer that wants to 1v1 me up here, I just realized, do not actually stand here. But look at that. Look at those shots. So right there where I'm shooting, that's where my team would be in high ranked lobbies, and they spawn up there and they don't even let them come out of the spawn. They hold, I don't know how they do it. They hold it for the entire 4 minutes and the cart never moves up there. I don't know how they do it. And on some of the other maps, they're doing that too. So that completely changes the way that I think about this game when I see how they're playing in the higher lobbies. It is crazy, the aggression. You think maybe you don't want to be, you do want to be aggressive, but you're thinking you don't want to be that aggressive near the spawn, but they're going crazy. Now, one thing I learned about Jeff is that his ult, because obviously you want to be able to throw people off the map, but if you're close to your spawn, you can just take everybody into your spawn and they die. Now that's interesting, right? So let's say they are spawn trapping, you have a Jeff. Well, you could just grab everybody and then go into your spawn and they're dead. Now, when you do that, I think you get an assist. I think you don't get the kill for it, but I don't really care. As long as they're dead, that's fine by me. Now, look, even Loki got up here. So Loki off. The Loki said, hell no, get that man off the high ground. But yeah, I spent way too much time up there. I wasted a lot of time. Didn't get the best value for my team. A lot of mistakes are being made here in this gameplay. But I definitely learned from it going forward. And I'm still making a lot of mistakes stealing the ults that I want. Like right here, I tried to get, I got a Wolverine. See, I wanted to get the Invisible Woman. She's right there, but then I backed up and I couldn't see her anymore. I'm making hella mistakes. Now my team is dead. They're ulting like crazy. So this is bad. I'm going to try to steal it. And I'm looking, but I still don't get it. Now they see me. But the good news is that my team is finally going to spawn back in. And I have good angles again. You see all those shots coming from some crazy angles. Not bad. Now the clones are dead, but I have an Invisible Woman. So this is an easy steal. Let's do this, and let's win this fight right here. Nice. See, if I could have done that earlier, we would have stopped them over there, but I just couldn't in time. I couldn't target who I wanted to target. And even today, I still got to work on that because sometimes I can't quite find who I want. So it's going to take a little while to get good with it, to figure this out all the way. That's why I wish that they would just kind of have an option you can set a priority. You could say, hey, I want this character first and that one, and you could scroll through it. But I think Loki would be overpowered if they let you do something like that. That's the thing about Loki. He's got a lot of powerful abilities, but they want you to really use the skill. They don't want this to be easy. They want you to have to really know what you're doing to get the best out of Loki. So I'm not even mad that it's not like that. So I just have to figure it out and get better. But look at that angle right there. Wow, I got her up out of there with the quickness. But now I made another mistake because my team is all the way back there and I'm back here. So I'm putting a little bit of pressure, but I'm not really, I mean, I get a few of them up out of there, but now I need to circle back to my team. So we're going to try to create a little bit of a distraction. I laid down the rune, but they are moving forward though. And I'm not healing my team. I'm only doing damage back here. So this is actually bad. I should not be, I need to stay with the team. I kind of got carried away up here. So that's not good. And probably because of this mistake, they are going to tie this thing up because I'm spending too much time back here. But I am working on some more angles. I'm learning some more. We're going to put some up here. Try to get a little glitchy. And some of the angles in this room are nice too. But it was too little too late because they pushed too far already. Now Magneto's letting it fly. So look, we got good angles right here. But our team is dead. See that? I only see one teammate up there. Okay, another one just spawned on the left. I am going to get their Psylocke up out of here. Get down to the ground. And I got a nice health pack. See, this is actually a good spot because you got that health pack. So you can rune. You can also hit that every once in a while. So our team is spawning back in. See, I thought I needed to touch there and then I get hit. with the eye. So that's tough. So we are going to lose that round. They're going to tie this thing up. Now it's overtime. But the good news is that in overtime, my angles are going to work. But look, they're going to try to portal again. But this team is smart. Their Wolverine comes flying in. And look at that. No portal. It got canceled. See, that's why the first round. See, I was smart. I knew that people do that. See, this lobby, even though this was like a Platinum 3 game, this lobby was kind of smart. So now it's in OT. We don't have that much time left. We have 40 seconds left. We have no portal. He has to wait, what is it, 2 minutes or 3 minutes? I don't remember the time for it to come back. So we have to put up a good fight here if we want to win this game. We need to capture. So now I'm going to lay down some clones. And look, I see somebody up there. See that? Because I'm always using that spot. That's why I know to look up there, baby. See that? It's like you know stuff because you use it. That's why you got to use all these characters. Now, that was a great placement because they are not going to take out that clone back there. Nobody is even going to look. They're not even going to turn around when you hide in the grass like that. You see Magneto? He's not turning around. Look at these angles. We're doing damage. He's not going to turn around either, Doctor Strange. So this was great. We're going to capture this like a boss. Good angles. Not bad at all. Considering that guy, he just completely took our portal out of play there in OT, but we still get the capture point, and we're going to start pushing forward. I love these overtime games. I really do. I love it because, see, this is good matchmaking. We got matched up right. Both teams are equally skilled. Both teams are pretty smart. You're seeing some good plays on both sides. I love it when you get this kind of game, not the stomps, whether it's going either way. I mean, obviously, you do want to stomp when you're about to rank up, though. When you got your rank up game, you just want to see a stomp so you can go up to the next rank. But right here, I love games like this. And look, that's the real Loki. I keep finding the real Loki. Can you believe it? It's like I know who he is. I know where he wants to be. And I am wasting some time here, but I was about to die. So now, look, I see him moving. I know that's him right there. Let's go get him up out of here. Go get him. Look, he's backing up. He's backing up. He laid down another clone, but I know which one is him. I know that's him. We're jumping up. He just stole something. He's letting it fly. And actually, I should have laid down another. Actually, no, you know what? I didn't even have one on cooldown. That's why. Okay, now I have one. Okay, we won this fight, though, so that's all right. That's fine. And they're portaling. They're going crazy. Loki versus Loki. It's a Loki off. Invisible Woman was very clutch in this game. She had some really good ults. She did a great job. I think she healed like 50,000. When you got an Invisible Woman, you can get a little more aggressive with Loki because she does such a great job. She can heal flyers with her little shield. She can put it anywhere. She can put it on any team. I like Invisible Woman. She's got a great ult. So I think I made a mistake here by going up here. I probably should have stayed back there because I didn't really do much. I did a little bit of damage, and then I thought I could dunk on them. So I'm going to steal the Magneto. I really shouldn't have stolen the Magneto, though. I should have taken Invis or something. Look at this. This didn't work because now he's going to... Look, he ulted. So I did no damage. That's tough. I ulted. He ulted. He saved it. See, a good Magneto just saves it for a moment like that. You save it to counter something else. So that was horrible. I forgot. Look, my clones are down. I forgot I didn't even have one up there. And that's it. We didn't get that far. So I completely botched that last section. But now on defense, we have crazy angles. And see, I'm on the ground floor, so nobody's going to turn around. If I were up there, then somebody would turn around. But because they see me walking around back here, they're not even going to look, and we're going to take full advantage of this. We are going crazy here on defense, and they don't have much time. This is OT, so they have to be fast. You know they're going to use their portal. They didn't use it yet, but they got there. They took that route right there. That was very interesting. So when we win this fight, they're going to portal back in, but we're ready for it. They're down for the count. One more in the back. Get them up out of here, so I'm going to lay these back down. You know the portal's coming. There it is. But we're ready for it. Let's get it. Get that squirrel girl up out of here. And get that Doctor Strange up out of here. Get Loki. Put him down to the ground. Get Magneto out of here. And we are going to clutch it out in OT. A lot of mistakes were made, but we learned a lot in this gameplay as well. That is a great win. Another great win in OT. You love to see it. And Wolverine actually gets the MVP. He had 53 kills. He was going crazy in this one. He really was. Invisible Woman did a great job too, though. Her stats were ridiculous in this one. So not bad at all. This was a Platinum 3 game. So I still got maybe one more before we advance. One more really good game to show in the lower lobbies before we start to climb a little bit. Not bad. Give that guy a map. Merch is now available at chrissmooth.com. Shipping worldwide. My songs, He Quit the Game, Lob City, and My Camo are now available on all streaming platforms. But look what I'm gonna do to that. I'm gonna block that dunk. Get that cheese out of here. When I did that, I said, all right, Cat might be the character for me. What rhymes with cash? I just put Doctor Strange to the floor.